So welcome to Wellingborough Organisations Community Forum. We are a forum for people to work together for the good of people in Wellingborough. We have a very basic agenda. We introduce each other, so we'll do that in a second. We then talk about what's on Wellingborough, and if we've got enough time in the hour that we've allocated, we'll have a look at working together. We've got probably 3 or possibly 4 people that have got a lot to say, so I'm sure we'll fill that hour with ease, should I say. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'll tell you about that in a second. So what we generally do first is we try and share what everybody's doing. Now, we have a limited amount of people. Last 2 times we struggled to get everybody in, haven't we? Yeah. So I took the bold decision to pay for Zoom, despite what you've just said, Sally, to make sure everybody gets enough sort of time to say what they're doing. In fact, the first thing we're supposed to do is introduce each other, aren't we? So I'm looking at you, Joe. Would you like to go first?
Should you not go first as you're the host?
I tell you what, I don't mind going first. There's somebody else coming on, actually.
Tanya's just joined us.
Tonya?
Tonya.
Hello, Tonya. So I can't see that far, sorry. Hello, Tonya, if you're there. We're just about to introduce everybody. So you've turned up at the perfect time.
Hey, all right. Sorry, I'm on my phone because there was no passcode. We don't have Zoom at work, so I just had to join on my phone. That's why I'm a bit late. So, but do you use Teams, Tonya? Is it Teams you use?
Yeah, it's Teams. We have no Zoom anymore, and I was trying to join. I hadn't got a passcode, so I thought, how can I get in? I know my mobile. Yay!
I'm just teasing Jonathan.
I like it. Yeah, go on, turn it off. Sorry, I thought you. Yes, can't really hear you because of the kettle thing. Because we've got one of these fancy urns. We've gone up market up here, you know, in Eco. Anyway, I was just about to introduce myself. Not that anybody doesn't know me, but basically I'm Jonathan. I'm the co-op member pioneer for Wellingborough, Higham Ferrers and Rushden. I do 4 hours a week in Rushden and Higham Ferrers and 4 hours a week allegedly in Wellingborough. I think it's a bit more than that, but don't tell anybody. I'm also the treasurer and various project leads for the Wellingborough Eco Group, and also a treasurer for an allotment society as well. So I'm quite a busy little bee. One day I'll get a proper job, eh? But there we go. Who would like to go next? Should we? I will pass to you, Joe, because you're sort of trying not to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm centre manager at Glamis Hall.
Who are you going to pass?
I'll pass to Sally. She's next on the screen.
Hi, I'm Sally McClellan, Wellingborough Town Clerk. Oh, Town Clerk to Wellingborough Town Council anyway. So yeah, that's me. I'll pass to Karys because we can't see her, so she's pulling faces from behind her backs.
So, Karys O'Dell, Community Protection Enforcement Officer for North Northamptonshire Council for the Wellingborough area and basically the whole world at the moment.
Yeah. Apart from Rushden next Saturday.
Apart from Rushden, that's not mine. That can stay not mine as well.
I think we've got one of your people coming, so that's good. Who are you going to pass to? You've got a choice.
I'll pass to Tonya.
And meet myself. Remember to do that, so I always forget. Hi, I'm Tonya Kingham. I'm Community Connector for North Northamptonshire, a part of the Northamptonshire Children's Trust. And I can't see who to pass to, sorry, because I can't get anybody else up on my mobile.
All right, well, Emma's the only one left. Joyce, go for it, Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma. I volunteer for Wellingborough Eco Group.
And she does lots more as well, but there we go. So the next part of the meeting is, or the forum, should I say, is to sort of say what's going on with our different groups and stuff like that. I did go first, but I'm not going to go first this time, Joe, because that's just madness, isn't it? I'll be hogging the whole forum. And I've actually got Emma with me today, who's hopefully going to tell you all about what's going on with the Eco Group. So that'd be good. So if we go round in the same order, Joe, I know you love it, but
okay. Deep breath. Right. Oh, I've been away for 2 weeks. This is going to be a memory test. Mondays Monday to Friday we've got the day centre 9:30 till 3 for the over 50s. Then we've got theatre and dance on a Monday evening, so GOJ theatre and Starlight dance. Tuesdays we're the driving test centre for Wellingborough and also on Thursdays. Tuesday afternoons we have bingo, and then we have starlight dance and again GLJ theatre. Wednesdays we have mini-me mindfulness, which we have a new set of courses starting from, I think it's from next week actually, for 2 different age groups. So it's I think it's 4 to 7 and then 7 to 9-year-olds starting. That's funded through Well Northants. And then we have Nina and Zumba on a Wednesday evening. Thursdays we have youth club in the afternoon. And then Fridays we have Premier League kicks with Northampton Town doing football. And we have a group of ladies that play badminton, and we have a line dancing group the first Friday of the month. Saturday is mainly birthday parties, christenings, weddings, and anything else we can fit in. We haven't got a car boot sale now until the 2nd Saturday of May. Sundays we have church in the morning, and then we're available for hire in the afternoons. We do have on the 18th of May a 70s disco happening. There are tickets available for that. It's a bar and food and fancy dress competition. And then the rest of the time we host the Eco Club Hub.
Yes, we are based in Glamis Hall.
That's everything.
Yeah, they tuck us right around the back so nobody sees us, but we are at Glamis Hall on it.
You're busy enough being around here.
We're mental busy, which is great. So there you go. Hold on, what's going on there? Oh, the screen just went off. That scared me. Does that lead into me talk? I'll tell you what, we'll let somebody have a go on the screen, because did we have Sally next? Oh no, there's more. Hold on.
Sorry,
drum roll.
one more. We're a French drink stop on the Wendell Walk weekend on the Friday for the friendship walks. We're a drink stop.
I'm glad you said that, because that leads into what probably Sally's just about to say now.
Yeah.
So
Sally.
Yeah, just a small event coming up, which Tonya reminded me of last time I saw you to make a big plug for, is the Wendell Walk. So our Wendell Walk takes place 17th to 19th of May. So it starts with a friendship walk, 5k and 10k on the Friday, and then we go 5 to 42k on the Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, we're expecting it to be a good turnout. We're already 800 tickets sold for that event. And we're trying to make the event cost neutral for it to be sustainable. It's probably no secret that the event costs a huge amount of money, and we're keen to try and, as a town council, to reduce the burden on the taxpayer. So we're trying to make that event cost neutral, and we're about £2,000 up income wise than last year, but we're nowhere near cost neutral yet. But we're giving it a good go this year, and hopefully get some really good turnouts. I think we had about 2,500 people this year. We're looking to try and increase that to 3,000. Try and get it back to where it was at 6,000 people back in 2019. So we've introduced road routes this year for the army people to come along with lots of military groups from the Netherlands and things are coming this year. We've got our camping set up at Chester House, and we've got camping set up at the Old Grammarians as well, which we didn't have last year. So we've made some big improvements, and hopefully those will pay off this year and get lots of people to come and see the fantastic things that our community does and how wonderful Wellingborough is. So yes, that's where a lot of our time is being spent at the moment. We're just doing our final preparations for the Wendell Walk. We've also got the Continental Market, which comes that weekend. So that just starts on the 15th, the Continental Market, all along Market Street in the town centre, through to the 18th. And that's always really popular, really well attended. We have lots of calls from people across Northamptonshire, Bedfordshire, Lincolnshire, keep bringing us to make sure that event is still on and they can come to it. So that also draws a lot of visitors to the town. I did record the footfall figures actually of how much it increased. I think it nearly doubled the amount of people over that weekend last year when we had the Continental Market. So again, just trying to increase the tourism and people coming to see how great the town is. So that's my first one. We've got our newsletter which comes out. It'll be printed today or tomorrow, and it'll be out on Friday. So that'll come and get delivered to Glamis Hall, which is one of our locations where people can come and pick up the newsletter. But it's all around the town. It's free for everyone to go and pick up, and it just gives an insight into all the wonderful things going on. A lot of them that Joe's mentioned there will be included in the newsletter.
So please grab a copy of that and distribute it. It's also on our website as well, so people can share the electronic link, and they can sign up to the newsletter as well for the link for our website to know what's going on. We're really keen to get as many organisations as possible to promote what they're doing in the community, so that people know there's one place they can go and look in hard copy in our newsletter to see what's going on in the month. So yeah, please utilise that. After that, we've got the carnival and party in the park on the first weekend in July. Again, I'm sure lots of you had floats and stalls booked in already.
Two
Yeah,
winning certificates up there still. Look.
yeah, so that's a really good showcase of all the different organisations and arts in the town which take part in that event. And obviously then we've got the music event, Party in the Park on the Sunday. The town council is still engaged in the HAF programmes, the school holiday activities, and we're doing them a little bit earlier this year. So end of July, beginning of August, we've got 2 weeks of school holiday activities that we provide for not only people who are eligible for the HAF funding, but we're also providing 50% for those people who are not eligible, so that we get a good mix of everybody who wants to take part in activities over the school holidays. We've been working really closely with Wren School, so we've done a work placement with them in March with 2 students for work experience. They had a super time, really enjoyed the town council. We weren't as boring as everyone thought we were, which is lovely. So they've asked us to go back into the school in July, where 260 students need work placement for the 7th to the 12th of July, which is a bit of a challenge. So they've asked for those around students who won't be able to get a work placement, which we expect to be about 100 students, for us to go in and talk to them about the town council's work and how I became a town clerk, so their route into becoming a town clerk or getting work in local councils. And I'm going to set them a task, like an apprentice styles task to do, and I'll set it on the Monday, and by the Friday they need to have completed that task in their groups, and I will go in and judge their entries and how they've got on. So it'll be a work experience remotely. They'll go and do the work and hopefully have a good understanding of how town councils work and what we do by the end of the week. So that's really exciting. And the last thing I'll probably just give you a short insight into, which you probably heard about, is Swans Pool Pavilion. So the town council have been working very hard to make Swans Pool Pavilion an asset which they own, rather than being owned by North Northamptonshire Council. And in order for them to take ownership, we need to look at how we could make that asset viable and sustainable for years to come. If you go and visit the pavilion at the moment, the doors are boarded up in numerous places and there's water coming through the ceiling. And so we've gone to the government to seek funding to restore that building and restore the gardens as well. So that's ongoing. We've submitted the funding bid, which was due just after Easter. I can't remember what date it was, 10th of April, I think it was. And so we're just watching this space. We'll find out in May whether we get the funding and whether we can proceed. It's all about whether North Northampton will transfer the asset to us as well. It's a slight spanner in the works, but we're working on it. That's me.
You get that?
Yeah, no, it's all positive news. Thank you for that, Sally. That was really good. There's loads going on at the town council that you haven't sort of talked about, possibly, like your Why Wait campaign.
Oh yes,
waiting for that for a little while, but sorry, I had to say that, didn't I? But
yeah, no, I can say about that as well while I'm here.
Well, go on.
Okay, so I think it was last year, maybe the year before now, I can't remember, when we started up this climate change action group with town council and lots of community organisations to try and get a campaign together of educating people in the community about climate change and bringing us collectively together to help people make changes to their daily lives to reduce their carbon footprint. So we've created this Why Wait campaign, which is, you know, don't wait till New Year, start it now to make small changes to the way you live and work to reduce your carbon footprint. So simple steps that any individuals can do. Now, this campaign is being led by all different organisations. Everyone's got an assignment or a task within the project, because we've all got different specialities, like Eco Hub, you know, Glamis Hall with their work, the Victoria Centre, along with many other partners. So that campaign is live on our website. We've got social media posts going out. I think there's many other organisations have, and the next stage is to look at how we can progress that work further once we secure some funding, so which Marion has been working very hard on, and something that we're discussing over the next few weeks or months, depending on Marion's extremely busy schedule.
Very busy over the next week or so, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Yeah, you also had something on your social media posts about wildflower seeds. I think, is that part of the same campaign, or is that?
That's it. That's the same campaign. Yes, that was one of the things that was on the Why Wait campaign, was to put posts out each month, and they're tailored on what you can do that month. So March is a really good time for wildflower seed spreading, March and April. So that was why that one's been out recently.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was part of the same thing. That's cool. Has anybody got any other questions for Sally? Because this is a bit of a rare treat getting Sally on our community forum, and I feel like I've already sort of quizzed her enough. But Emma, you look like you're going to ask a question.
No.
Oh, okay. There you
I've
go.
not been called a rare treat before. That's a nice one.
You are a rare treat, a rare privilege, possibly. But there we go. Perhaps I'm using all the wrong words, but or the right words in the wrong order. But there we go. Who else we got? We got Karys on there. Shall we move on? Because I'm going to tease the town clerk again in a minute. Sally likes it when I ask her questions. Would you like to say what's going on with the Safer Communities team, Karys?
Yeah, we haven't got a massive amount going on at the moment, in all honesty. Our next big thing is likely to be ASB Awareness Week, which is in July. I've emailed Joe about potentially using Glamis Hall. I think it's for the 3rd of July.
I've been away, but I've seen that email. I have half written a reply to you.
Cheers, Joe. Yeah, it's a week of sort of raising awareness about antisocial behaviour, and it was suggested about doing an event in one of the levelling up areas, so hence the Queensway with Glamis Hall. A bit like the community hub type thing with stalls and inviting partners and community agencies and things to come along and showcase their wares to the public. But at the moment, yeah, we haven't got anything else coming to mind at the moment. We've had our town ASB meeting, which Sally was at, but that's not really for here. So yeah, it's all okay at the moment, but really it's the town ASB awareness week is the next big thing, and that's going to be on the 3rd of July. Passing over to Tonya or someone else.
Hold on, I've got questions for you. Yeah, hold on.
No,
Tonya.
go on.
I've always got a question or two sort of lined up. Know that. Could you tell us how the community clear up day went? And do you have any?
Yeah, I've totally forgotten about that, in all honesty, Jonathan. Thank you for reminding me. The community clear up day went well. Numbers of the actual community, as in local residents, I would say was quite lacking, which was disappointing. Amazing work done by, I think it was NNC Live and other community groups who kindly tipped out to help. We did have a few of the local Hemingwell children who rocked up and did some litter picking, which was lovely. I've had a phone call this morning though. The 2 skips that were placed to put some of the larger items in are still on the Hemingwell estate. They've not yet been collected. So I'm chasing the police to say, can you get rid of the skips, please? Because they're now actually attracting fly tipping. So it's kind of gone a little bit against what the idea of the cleanup day was. But yeah, it was a nice show of community partners. The place absolutely looked tidier after we'd done the clear up. Obviously massive help from the co-op. So thank you to Jonathan and to Phil for everything that you did. Yeah, and I think it's been a positive start to trying to get the Hemingwell Community Centre back up and running. There was a meeting about that, not last week, but the week before. So it's all a work in progress. And hopefully now that the area is tidier, the community will look out and realise it's a better way for it to be, and hopefully take some ownership in keeping the place tidier going forward. But we shall see. But yeah, we need to get rid of the skips at the moment because they are a bit of an eyesore.
That's the prison, isn't it, Karys? Didn't the prison give us a skip?
Right, I think one was from the prison and one was from Greatwell Homes. However, I think the skips that were from the prison and Greatwell Homes were bought on the 27th. I then understand it that another skip was bought for the 5th, and those are the skips that are currently still in situ. I've tried to ring Danny Tyres to say what's going on, where have you got these skips from, can you get them removed? I think he's on annual leave at the moment, so I'll keep trying him because I've had Greatwell on the phone saying, when are you going to get these skips off our land? And I've had to say, they're nothing to do with me, but I'll try and find out where they've come from and when they're going. But yeah, at the moment, that's the state of play. That the skips are now creating a flight and they need to go.
Yes, I think you collected about 31 tons of waste, wasn't it, with Tracy said at NNZ?
Yeah, that was what the last count was as such. It was around 31 tons. However, we don't know how many tons are currently in these two skips that have kind of landed and need to leave. So I would say probably around 35 all told, which is not a bad amount really. It's probably less than what I expected it to be, but it's still a good amount because obviously it's not down there on the community now. So
that was a really good. I enjoyed standing there, sort of mainly holding the gazebos down. I think.
Sorry, just say that again.
I enjoyed standing there helping everybody with their litter pickers, holding the gazebos down because it kept on blowing away, didn't they? A bit windy.
Well, and the kids enjoyed the Easter eggs, so and I've never seen a lunch buffet like it. The amount of food that the police acquired.
I'll start. There we go. Emma next to me brought the Eco Cup for kids down there as well. So you had about sort of 5 or 6 children with you as well, didn't you, at one point? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much on behalf of the police who ran the operation and everyone else that supported it. Thank you for bringing them along. We hope that the kids enjoyed it and that they like the Easter eggs after. You know, and hopefully the area will stay tidy so that it wasn't wasted efforts on part of everyone that did turn up on the day.
Well, that's the other thing to point out is, of course, there's so much positive police engagement with the local community, and the police were very visible, which is possibly a thing that they're not as visible as they used to be. But on that particular occasion, okay, you had, I think, one problem, gentlemen, but that was sorted eventually, wasn't it? But I think it was a nice, positive event, and like I say, everybody was happy. It
was a slight negative was on the police put on their social media channels on Facebook. They publicised some photographs, obviously showing the day and the work that was being carried out, and there was quite a lot of negativity from the public on that, along the lines of the police shouldn't be doing this, why the police litter picking, it should be community service doing that. Lots of, well, why can't you come and do round where I live? But ultimately we had to take the opinion that, well, if people had actually come out to assist with it, they would have realised that there was community service offenders working on the day with the immediate justice team there. Ultimately that was the area that was decided, and had people have engaged with the process and sort of said, well, could you come and do up here? Then that could have been considered, but that's for the police to deal with. It was just slightly downheartening that people still had to have a comment in a negative light rather than saying, oh, you know, well done and thank you. But on the other hand, there was also people that did say, you know, well done, thank you, the area looks much better, and actually appreciated it for the efforts that were paid into putting the operation on. So we're always going to get that with the public, unfortunately. You know, the police in particular. However, you're not going to please everybody, and as long as somebody down there appreciated it, then it was worthwhile.
No, we get a negative comment, like I say, the Wellingborough Eco Group, get a negative comment every month, and we've been doing it for 4.5 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, broad shoulders and all that.
it's just the way it is. Do you know what I mean? In
Yeah.
a way, I always thank them for their comments, because then they reply again, and it just keeps it at the top of the social media feed. So they're
Yeah.
doing us a favour. So it's all good. Anyway.
I think that's what was really good about that event, was that the amount of people which took part in it, different organisations who clumped together, and also the whole point, like you said, Jonathan, was the engagement with the police and the community. That was really the top priority. That's why the police led on it, and that was a real success.
Yeah, I
Not
agree.
just the amount of waste which just cleared it, you know, even that reorganised the community payback, because I didn't talk about that in my work, but you know, that's one of the things that we're working with closely, is getting community payback to come and do the things in our parks and open spaces, and they went and cleared a lot of brambles out of the hedges so the litter picking could be done as part of the cleanup events. There's loads of collaborative work, you know, huge amount of work went in there from the police to get everyone together to work on that event, and I think it was very successful. I think it was a really good showcase of people working together for the benefit of the community, which is what we are all about.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I think, you know, there's been lots of positive working connections made now. So then going forward with like the community, the Henry Community Centre, there's lots of people now who know of other organisations, know of other colleagues, who probably didn't before off the back of that operation. So it's certainly got its positives, as well as the fact that the area is now tidier.
Joe was just about to say something.
I just wanted to ask a question. What's the difference between the immediate justice team and the community service team? Does anyone know?
Are they the same, Sally? Are you talking about
No.
Karen's?
No.
Yeah, one's Karen's group, which is the immediate justice team, which is an initiative which came out from the government through the Police, Fire and Crime Commissioner. They've got funding for this immediate justice programme, which is where rather than giving people a fine which they can't afford to pay, if they are eligible to do so and they've been conducting antisocial behaviour, they can be given immediate justice work, which is supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be originally in the first week, wasn't it? If you've caught graffitiing, for example, then you are put to work to kind of clean up the graffiti, as you know, one of the punishments. But if you can't clean up the graffiti, you would be put to work within the community, so in a public space, to show that you are, you know, like restorative behaviour.
Making it right.
Yeah, putting it right in the community. So that Glamis Hall would be, you know, a good place if you've got any decorating or anything like that. These immediate justice individuals, which are placed, I think they said they've had 30 odd placements within the area recently.
Yeah, and it's so many hours, isn't it? They get set so many hours depending on the offence. So it might be something like drunk and disorderly, or urinating in a public place or something. So depending on how many hours they're given depends on the offence. But like Sally said, it's all of the restorative work is like for the community benefit.
Yeah, so that's the idea, is just that if you've done damage of £100 for criminal damage, you've got £100 worth of hours of work to restore in the community. So that's the immediate justice work. The community payback is when you've gone through as what I understand, is when you've gone through the courts and you're given community service, and then you are then set out through community payback to have an induction on the Friday. So you have an induction on a Friday morning, they're given all the health and safety, and they're put to work on the Friday afternoon, have a whole week of work. So one of the things that we suggested in working with Wellingborough is that they give some time back during their community litter pickings. And they've been set to task with litter picking all the parks on a Friday afternoon. So we've got a rotation of parks in Wellingborough every Friday afternoon between 12:45 and whatever time they finish, 4 o'clock, they will go and litter pick in Croydon Park this week. Next week they'll be in Bassett's, etc., etc. So they rotate round, but also they can be given a whole week's worth of work with an individual organisation. So say they were going to be set at Glamis, you could have an individual or a group of individuals under your responsibility for the week to conduct some community service. So that's the difference to the two schemes. One's run by the Police, Fire and Crime Commissioner for immediate work, hopefully within the first week of them committing that offence. And the other one is the community payback, run by the Community Payback Service. And they were, well, it's probably not their name, I'll look it up in a minute what it's called, through Diane. And they've already been given a sentence of a community service within the community, and they can be like up to 20 people, I think, which can go out at a time, or they can be one individual.
Yeah, we've had community payback here before through the probation scheme, and we had issues with poor supervision and damage being caused by the people that were on it. But I've been contacted by this immediate justice team this morning, and it wasn't somebody that I'd come across, but they mentioned they were working with the town council.
That's
So
right. So that
I'll ask.
Yeah, you're one of the people I recommended. We met with them last week. Was it last Tuesday, Karys?
Yeah.
When we met them last week, you're one of the people that I suggested to get in contact with, because you might be able to put them to work on, clean up the car park, for example. They could pull out the weeds in your car park, anything like that. Where they are public facing or you're painted or whatever. It's one individual and they come supervised. Whereas the community payback, sometimes they come unsupervised, and it's your responsibility to take care of them, or they come in a group, which is a litter picking we have on a Friday, and they have a supervisor with them.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. I think that group, or one of those groups, has taken on a plot at the allotment that I'm treasurer of as well. So they've taken on a plot with a view to do some of the work on that plot, and also to tidy up around the allotment as well. So there's lots of things that they're getting involved with. So
They said they were involved with the daylight centres allotment as well.
The veggie patch,
The veggie patch,
yeah. Who have got an open day coming up soon. So there you go. Exciting. I shall publicise that on my socials. What was I going to say? No, the event, coming back to the event, it was great to support it, Karys. Coming back to the Hemingwell Skills Centre, are you doing with the Hemingwell Skills Centre?
Yeah, trying to. So there was a meeting on Teams, not last week but the week before. I think that there is still like legal work being done over the not the tenancy but like the lease. But I think from what they were saying that is almost at an end, and then it will become like a community asset type thing. I mean, there's lots and lots of good intentions and lots of positivity around it, and Rome wasn't built in a day. I think it's going to be one of those things that they will need to almost like showcase it to the public and have a big like relaunch, because people in the public have already said, oh, is that still open? Oh, we thought it was closed. We thought, didn't realize it was still there. So it's almost like they need to have a bit of a rebrand from what they were saying. But there was lots of sort of ideas thrown into the mix about what could be put on there for the community, and ultimately engaging the community in what do they want. It's all very well people sort of telling them what they can do and what they can give, but ultimately if it's not what the public want, what's the point? So there was lots of talk about that. So it's early days, but hopefully it will get going quite quickly. They've secured some funding to have a new kitchen there, so hopefully to start getting the place a bit more modernized, and I've got a good feel for it. I think once they get it up and running, and with the right people and the right agencies supporting it, it could be very successful. But it's just getting to that point, and it's just hoping that people will support it going forward, which I'm sure everybody will.
Of course they will. No, Connie's a breath of fresh air, I think.
Yeah, she's lovely. She's awesome.
I'm having a meeting with Connie on Friday because, believe it or not, she was turning up to this forum on Friday. She might be a couple of people possibly not on it, hoping to come on Friday. She was one of them because Wellingborough Eco Group and a fellow member pioneer have sent a couple of proposals for her, and she wants to talk through them.
Oh,
So
good
that
stuff.
could be good. We could have, I don't know if we want Eco Hub number 2, but who knows?
Well,
Community centre, Joe, just to make
Just clone ourselves.
yeah. 2 clones. Okay. Tonya, just for once, you haven't spoken for a while, lovely. Would you like to say something?
No, I was just going to say, actually, I was supposed to go to that Hemingwell meeting, but I got caught up because I was doing the tour of Access to Household Essentials working group for the laps. Jo knows what a working group is. She's laughing. She gets it. So I was over KCU, then over to Spencer Contact in Northampton. And I was thinking, by the time I come out of Spencer Contact, it was already half an hour into the meeting. I thought I could have sat on my computer and tried to join. I thought, no, I'm just going to get home. It's late. So I didn't go. But I'm still waiting for the minutes. There hasn't been any minutes sent out yet, has there? Has there been any minutes for that Hemingwell meeting yet?
I don't know. I'll ask Connie on Friday. We're just sort of arranging a time now.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any come out yet.
I did message saying I look forward to receiving them, but yeah, I haven't got them yet. So I've got no idea.
There was a recording, I think, of the meeting made.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, I'm sure she recorded it. So I'm just having a look. Bear with me. I'm sure I've seen it come up on my Teams thing. Hold on.
She hasn't done the minutes yet, I don't think, because actually I recall something from one of the emails that we've been doing over the last couple of days to say she's still working on those.
Yeah, because it's doing it off a record. It's a nightmare. Do it really,
yeah, there's a recording. It's an hour and a half long, but it was quite a good meeting.
Yeah.
If you have a look in your Teams thing, Tonya, it might come up on the chat.
I'll have a look. Thank you. I didn't realise they'd recorded it, so I didn't even think to look. Thanks for that. Because play it in the background while working. One of them ones. Yeah, can't be everyone all at once, can we? Shall I do an update from Children's Trust and Family Hubs? So,
please.
Right, Penrith has all been decorated and is looking lovely. Thank you, Family Hubs. It's what it needed. Fresh coat of paint. There are lots of groups going on. In fact, it's getting so busy, we're struggling to find spaces to put people with what's going on in there, which is really good news. We're hoping with Family Hubs that it will be open evening and weekends with some sort of key safe or something in place so other groups can use it, but we're still waiting. I think the next lot of Family Hub, actually got Family Hub partner meetings starting next week, the first ones. I've got 4 because there's 4 Family Hubs. So for the Northants area. So I will be able to inform you more after those meetings exactly what is happening, because that's the first official one. We've had all partners getting together, including the groups that are using the Family Hubs. In Wellingborough, it's mostly focused on 0 to 3s, so Best Start for Life. Yeah. There's a free app that families can get and all sorts of stuff they've put on, but the groups are actually happening. You've got the NCT Stay and Play on a Monday morning. Jo knows this. I sent her the whole list of these, didn't I, Jo? For you to your Stay and Play. Don't clash on these days, John. Bub Club has come to Penrith as well, which is what maybe many do. And they do one down the Hemingwell, and they've been doing one at the Queensway. We have Supported Steps, which is like a nurture type group for babies up to 3 years old, very little ones. We have Stronger Starts working in there, doing all their Strong Starts. Sorry, not Strong Starts, is the Tesco's blue tokens. I've just done an email about it. Strong Start are in there doing their Baby and Me and their Happy Chatty Child and all their other, but it's all early years stuff, I'm afraid, at the moment. And then we also have the midwives and health visitors doing all their checks and stuff going on in there. So it's very much like the old children's centres were, per se. Groups are starting to open up. Most groups you have to book though because of numbers, but it's all now on the Trust website. So you can go on our Trust website and have timetables up and you can book things direct. We're also doing our always parenting programs that we run. We are doing less of them because the Strengthening Families practitioners who run them are needed to work direct with families and not run parenting groups, because that's where the need is within the areas, to do that direct work one-to-one with families. So what we're doing is we're going out and training schools to do Solihull. So we're training all the family support workers, things in schools, so they can then offer Solihull out within their school environment, out openly to parents, and that's being offered for free. So we're trying to continue parenting, but not have all our practitioners do it, but get the schools who work direct with families anyway to do that work for us. So that's where we're at the moment. But family hubs, I'll find out more next week. I've got 4 meetings. And I hope they just don't repeat each other like the laps do sometimes.
The Trust's website, you said the Trust's website.
Yeah, we've got a new, well, we're in process, we've got a new website. It's not completely amazing yet, because we were, when we first came into being, we have to explain, we are a commissioned service of North Northamptonshire Council and West Northamptonshire Council. We are commissioned to do children's social care across the whole of Northamptonshire. So we're sort of employed by them both, really. So we were still on the old sort of setup, but now we've got our own sort of setup. It's looking a lot brighter and a lot nicer and a lot simpler. But there has been some issues because we've got timetables up, and you go to book and the Eventbrite links didn't work, and the wrong links were coming up on the wrong bit. You can imagine the fun we've had. It's just teething issues, so it is getting there. But I will send you the new website link for you. So it is actually on my email address. If you click on my little sign, my little antitrust, it will take you through to the website. But yeah, so it is looking a lot more user friendly than what it did. So, which is positive news, and a lot simpler, not so much jargon and long-winded explanations. It's all very succinct. So we're hoping that works better for people. So, but obviously people have to remember that you've got social care, and I am part of the Children and Family Support Service, which is that lower level of support, right from prevention right up to level 3 targeted work with families. And then level 4 is social workers and social care. So
I think it's trust.co.uk. Well, that's the second.
It's a very simple one. Don't type in Children's Trust, because you'll get something else.
That's why I was asking you. That's why I was asking.
It's Northamptonshire Children's Trust. Otherwise, you get the Children's Trust.
Should entertain myself with that later.
Yeah, have a nose round and see what you think. Any feedback, I'll pass it on to Matt. Who's the bloke who's doing it? Because we keep moaning at him about things we find wrong. Don't worry.
The other thing you're heavily involved with is these lap thingies, and you've been going to these. You mentioned it earlier, the household essentials groups. I missed the last one.
And I was on annual leave for the last one.
Was you?
Yeah, and the next one is being moved to next Wednesday. Have you got that, Jonathan? Has Bridget sent you the link for next Wednesday meeting?
I think so. Is it next Wednesday? Is it?
It was
Ecton, or is that the lap? I get me task group.
Ecton. There was a lap in Ecton, and then there's a lap tomorrow.
And a lap in Beauship tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
can't go.
Yeah, the Beauship one's at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's around the corner from where I live, and I can't go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm an NHFT 0 to 19 team meeting tomorrow morning that I've spent months trying to get into, so I'm not missing it. So I think with the health visitors and social health visitors and the 0 to 19 school nurses. So so I won't be going to that. But yeah, Bridget had to move it, and it's on Wednesday the 1st, and I'm on, so I can't go to that either.
Can't go as well. I think we're doing the trees or something, can't we? So
yeah, it's turned into a bit of trying to find. But I was in a conversation with one of the lap leads yesterday, because I was over in Corby lap yesterday, because I cover the whole of the north, and they are going to alternate them, so you have laps 1 month and working groups the next, so they're not all squished together, because it's just not working to people's diaries, is it, to have everything all on over 2 weeks? It's just a bit mad. I don't know how anybody else finds it. I mean, you just work in Wellingborough. I work the whole of the north, so I'm all over the place. It's just like
it's very time dominant, I must say. The meetings go on for too long, and there's too many of them.
Thank you, Karys.
we just can't subscribe to that, you know, being at every single one of them, especially when a lot of it is repeated just in a different location.
Yeah, that's what's happened with these. I can assure you, you'll be looking at tomorrow. You'll be looking at community transport, but in the area where the lap is.
Yeah, that's it. You got Wellingborough East and Wellingborough West. So I tend to alternate between the two because you get the same stuff at each session. So it's, and I'm not on the working groups because I just quite frankly haven't got the time or the resource to go to everything. So that's how we tend to work it, is go to one East one time and then West the next.
So you still show up. Yeah, we're supposed to share it between the teams, between my team. We're supposed to share the laps out. But, you know, it's just, people have got so much going on in their diaries. You can't go to everything, can you? But the working group are the more important ones, I think. That's on the ground. That's when you can have actually actions to do.
Just what I was going to say, that seems to be quite useful. But the last lap meeting I went to, it was almost completely useless because you found out what was going on in Corby and Thrapston and all the rest of it. And I was a bit like, well, it's not that I don't care, but I'm here to sort of do stuff rather than.
Yeah, so working groups are the way forward. Just jump onto the working groups. So they're going to be putting the working groups on the different months. So you'll have laps, like you got laps this month, next month will be working groups, and then back. And then, of course, then you can report back what's happened in the task and finish groups. The task and finish groups at the next lap. Otherwise, it's just clashing.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay.
I've had a task group invite today for June.
For substance misuse, yeah, because that was on at the same time as a lap. The last one of them. They'd actually put task and finish group on the same time as a lap.
Yeah, I couldn't go to either. I was on holiday.
Yeah, well, I was at the lap. I couldn't go to the task and finish group because I was at the lap. So I can't, it's but there is money behind these. That is the thing. There is money behind them. And so, you know, to get anything off the ground, we need to really push it in those task and finish groups because there is money there that can be pulled down to do that work, to create whatever. So, but I don't think it's quite got there yet. They used some of the money, didn't they, for the youth forum, the youth meeting thing they had at the Victoria Centre last November.
Oh yeah, the Fresh Fest.
Yeah. They had a bit of money they pulled in to help do that. And little bits of money, but there's quite a lot. I was speaking to Joe Moore, who does the Kettering CWFs, Community Wellbeing. They're not called CWFs, they're called something else now, but Community Wellbeing Forums. They've got leads who sit higher up than the laps. And I was talking to Joe Moore from Accommodation Concern, and she was saying, they've hardly spent any of last year's money. It needs to be spent because they've got this year's money coming.
Yeah, no,
so there's got money that we need to pull down to finish those task and finish groups, actually achieve something within them.
Yeah,
have a project running.
What actually needs doing.
Yeah.
So I'll try and attend the next one, although I'm confused what West and East is, because I'm sure West is the one that I've been going to with the household essentials, but there we go. Anywho, we've got 7 minutes left. I know Sally needs to go at sort of thingy. This can go on all day, but the idea of this meeting is that it's short and sweet. We can get whatever we're doing out there. I shall just say a couple of things about what the Eco Group are doing, because obviously we are in the Eco Hub, which is clearly well. Joe has forgotten. So would you like to spell out what you've forgotten? Otherwise you'll forget again.
Well, it's just to give people a heads up that we've got our Family Festival Day coming up again in July, on the 27th of July, it's the first Saturday of school holidays. So if anybody wants tables to engage with the community, hopefully we'll have better weather than we had last year, because it tipped it down all day last year.
Blooming horrible. I think that's enough said about that. Crikey, that was horrible. Anyway.
But there was 1,000 people still in the torrential rain, so hopefully we'll have good weather and more people. If people want to have stalls, you need to supply a game or activity though to draw the kids in.
I think the Eco Group, for some stupid reason, had about 4 stalls.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. But anyway.
But I won't be here this time.
Well, that doesn't make a change. Emma, would you like to say what's going on at the Eco Group? Because you spoke.
Yeah.
What, every day?
Yeah, go on then.
Go on.
So Monday, so social. Tuesday is
Give us time.
well, so social is 6 till 8.
In the Eco Hub.
in the Eco Hub. Swap Shop is 10 till 6. Also food sharers and Happy Calf and Wellingborough Tuesday tidy up.
Yeah.
Is that everything for Tuesday?
Swap Shop, food
Yeah.
sharers, happy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Chuckle Brothers. Sorry, carry on.
Wednesday I get a day off. Thursday, Happy Calf from 10 till 2 and Eco Crafters
And Swap Shop.
and Swap Shop.
She said so social on Mondays.
Nature Rangers.
Oh, I forgot your name.
Now you carry on then, because you've missed 2 things so far, but it's all good. Yeah.
Friday, kids group from 10 till 12.
Eco Club for Kids, yeah.
Eco Club for Kids. And then Fun Fridays from 6 till 8.
Which is our games thing.
Yes.
What you missed was the Nature Rangers, which happens every 4 weeks in the Eco Hub. We partner up with an organisation, social prescribers, called Grow Wild Outreach, and we have a little free range around the town to try and help nature, which is really positive. And then every 4 weeks, we also go to the community allotment, which is where we normally are on a Monday, 10 till 2. To do the same sort of thing on the allotment site. So there's a nice copse behind the community allotment. The other thing you forgot about was our lovely Noughts and Crosses group on a Wednesday night. They are from 6 till 8 p.m. They're now doing every Wednesday. They cater for sort of school age, younger children. There is a proposal for a youth club that isn't just Polish, it's for the whole community on a Thursday. And that should be starting soon. Of course, we have our repair cafe with the lovely Glamis Hall for their indoor car boot sale on the 2nd Saturday of every month, apart from the summer holidays and Christmas. We also have our 2-hour tidy up on the last Saturday of every month, which funnily enough is this Saturday. And we're doing the embankment. That's quite exciting, that one, Joe. You ready to be excited? We're
You going out in a kayak?
No, but there was a proposal for that, and I think the people that we're doing it with are. So we're Wellingborough Eco Group going to be down the embankment doing our usual stuff around the trees and working our way up to Chester House, where Nen Rivers Trust are also doing a litter pick, possibly with a kayak. Might be some other type of boat, don't know. And they're going to work their way down to the embankment, so we should meet in the middle. So that'll be nice for a change. So we'll have some water wombling going on, so that'll be pretty cool.
What's the weather going to be like?
Sunny, Emma. The weather is going to be sunny. I've ordered it
I have
sunny.
litter picked from the river before. I swam the river and litter picked.
It's not
it,
happening. It's
so-
too cold. The other thing with my other hat on, I don't know if I've said all the co-ops, with my co-op hat on, we're having an event at Rushton Co-op, not this Saturday, next Saturday, and all community groups, even children ones, Tonya, are invited to that. We've got the Daylight Centre shop and the Veggie Patch coming to that. We should have a couple coming from Rushton and High and Ferrers too. We've got representatives from Karys' Safer Communities team, hopefully sort of doing it. We've got a nice grass area and we're taking over a bit of the car park. So that'll be a nice fun festival. 10 till 4 on Saturday the 4th of May.
So next Saturday.
So next Saturday. So it doesn't clash with anything else, which is pretty amazing.
And that's at
Jonathan, have you got any flyers or anything for that?
I do. I have a poster. If you have a look at any of my socials, it's all over it.
It's all over. I've missed that. Oh, you see, I obviously haven't been ticking me little tick box to keep you at the top, have I? Oh.
For you, no. So that's a really nice thing. Anyone can turn up. Obviously, we'd like to know if you're coming or not, so we can sort of make sure there's a space for you. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Transport out.
Yeah. So I'll send you a poster, Tonya. But you could actually go to coopmp.uk/fate, FETE, and that's actually got it all on there. So you probably don't need a poster because it's even got like a map you can click on.
It's all right. I'll go fine. I'm good at a bit of research. Don't you worry.
We've got another fete for the co-op coming up in June, middle of June, at the Bernardo shop. So I'll publicise about that a bit closer to the time. There is an open day at the Daylight Centre's Veggie Patch. I will post about that. I think it's in 3 weeks' time on a Wednesday. Oh, she's pressing the screen again.
It's the 8th of May because I've
It's-
got it in my diary.
Well done. About 3 weeks time or 2 weeks time, but yeah,
3.
that's 11:30 till 4:30. It was 11 till 4. Don't know why they've changed it by half hour, but there we go. So they're going to have plants. They're going to have all sorts of stuff there. That could be a fun day to go to in Wollaston. It's a bit weird. It's on a Wednesday though, isn't it? But
I suppose it depends when they've got people there to do it, Jonathan, doesn't it?
yeah. So
On the
that's
Saturday is probably better for those people who are working to jolly down, have an explore and see what it's about. But yeah.
But I quite like it being on Wednesday. That's my co-op day anyway. So I tend to go around to annoy people. I mean, sort of help people on a Wednesday, which. How are we doing for time? We're probably out of
You've
time,
got
haven't we?
something else to talk about.
What else have we got to talk about?
South Trees.
Oh yeah, 1 more minute, Sally. I'm sure you're desperate to go.
That's okay. No, oh, hang on. I just sent it, Emma. I'll be a couple of minutes late, so she'll run with that meeting for me for a minute.
We do have a court case, so close your ears, Karys, because this is against Northamptonshire Council, I'm afraid. On Tuesday and Wednesday next week, we are hoping to live stream it from the Eco Hub in here on both days, but people are invited to catch a bus, which Muggins has somehow managed to be driving. Glamis Hall kindly let us borrow their bus to take people down to Bedford Station, because the way the trains work is if you catch a train from Bedford, it's half the price than it is from Wellingborough. Why? And also you can catch the train directly to basically the High Court, because it's the next step on from St Pancras. I'm glad you're here, Joe, because there's no hope, is there really? So yeah, if you
with me, it'd be lost, wouldn't it? Yeah.
exactly that. So there you go. So you can send me an email to info@saveourtrees.co.uk, or there's a phone number on the socials again if you wanted to be on the bus. There's 14 bottoms allowed on there, dare I say it, and mine, of course, so that'll be 15. So there you go. That's right, isn't it? So I actually can't.
11 available spaces.
Don't listen to Marion. There we go. Anything else I've forgotten, Joe?
Not that I know of. What about you?
What have you forgotten?
I'm good.
Right, the only other thing to show you then is something we're terrible at, and I'm looking at Tonya in particular.
Oh.
Is this, Tonya, just before you go?
She's just got another call in, I think.
How very dare she. So what we do as a group, as a forum, is we have a website, wellingborough.org. It has a lovely calendar on it. Glamis Hall, the library, who bizarrely aren't here today, the eco group. You can see that's slightly out of date now, that thing, but it's the same stuff. 2023, so it's exactly a month ago.
It's a year ago.
A year ago. That's what I meant to say.
2023.
All right, I got it wrong. But yeah, we've got this lovely website, which is basically almost trying to do what Sally's website's doing, but ours is better, of course. But ours actually has an up-to-date calendar. We've got a couple of Facebook groups you can get involved with. Wellingborough Forum, which is also on Nextdoor. You can see the links there. And this forum also has its own Facebook groups. You simply go to facebook.com/groups. Either Wellingborough organisations for this forum or Wellingborough Forum for the other forum, and please do share on there. I know, Tonya, you're not particularly a social media person. And the other thing to say, so this does it automatically without me having to press anything, I don't know why, is that next Thursday, same time in Rushton Hall, we have a community forum. It started last month, so that's got the details for last month. But it will be Thursday, the 2nd of May at Rushton Hall in their committee room. Again, same sort of format as this, perhaps a little bit more focused on working together rather than sharing as we're starting to set it up. Again, it will be open from 12:30 for cups of tea. and the forum will be on live on Zoom, same link, 1 till 2 p.m. And that's about it. I can let you all go home if you like, unless Joe wants to say something else.
No.
No, Joe doesn't. All right. Well, the last thing to say then is thank you very much for joining our community forum, and thank you for everybody joining us and working together. I'm just trying to find button. Oh, there's Sally. That's a treat. So thank you, Sally, in particular. I know I've picked on you a little bit, but
I
thank you.
don't mind. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for hosting.
That's all right. And the recording will be available tonight, and I'll share it everywhere so everybody gets to see our lovely faces. See you later, everybody. Unless anybody else has got anything to say, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See ya. Thank you.